Hey everyone, so it is me, Kimberly Grell, and as you can see, I am doing a bit of a inside look to my newest book. It is my first novel. My previous books have always been novellas, which in simple terms just means short stories. So this is 150 pages in length. So this is my first, my first novel. It is titled On That Autumn Day, and down below it says Seasons of Love series because this is part of a series. There will be 4 books in total to the series, and each book will take place in a different season, and each book will have its own set of characters as well. This is a romance series. I have been doing romances a lot lately, simply because I just haven't had the focus, I guess you could say, to continue on with my poetry that I started out with. So I just kind of delved into romance, simply because I like sweet and innocent romances, and I decided to make a sweet and innocent romance. So this is the front cover. It has the title and the name of the series, also my name. Here is the spine, has the title as well. Please excuse the stickers on my napkin holder. That would be because of my daughter. This is the back of the book. It says, when Faith and Aaron meet at the county fair, little did they realize that their lives and interest in each other would soon be entangled in a much more complicated situation. Brimming with light-hearted moments, comedic scenes, and a touch of drama, this dramatic romance is sure to quench that romance thirst. This book is part of a festive and seasonal batch of romance stories that are sure to heat you up or keep you cozy amid blustery days. Kick back and relax with some good old-fashioned romance. It's sure to get your festive flame lit. Now, this story does take place throughout the autumn season. It literally starts in December and goes all the way to the end of November. It ends with Thanksgiving, so it has all of your autumn holidays such as Halloween and Thanksgiving. So yes, let's go ahead and just have a look inside. So this is the title page and your table of contents. And this is chapter 1. I do have fall leaves right underneath the chapter headings, and I want everyone to know that, yes, I know the format is center aligned and not left aligned. I've been getting a lot of comments about that. This is just the way I write my books, and that's just what makes it easier for my readers to comprehend, is if it is center aligned instead of left aligned. But yeah, it has, I believe, 11 chapters. 11 chapters. I do see that it says 2015 and not 2016, so I'm probably going to have to contact my publisher and tell them that should be 2016 and not 2015. So there is a typo there. Obviously, text copyright of me, cover design. Not this particular cover. There was a lot of issues with the paperback version. The ebook version ended up coming out on time, but the paperback version ended up being delayed a few days. So the ebook cover is copyright of Jane Linda Dale, and it is proofread by Catherine. I do not know how to pronounce her name. Cover photo which is meaning this is by Nentus, I believe is how you pronounce the name. I believe I found this picture on freedigitalphotos.net. And obviously all rights reserved, and no part of this book is to be reproduced without written permission of the publisher and author. So, but yeah, like I was saying, that there was a lot of issues with the paperback version to the book. So the ebook cover was done by my cover artist, Jane Linda Dale. This particular cover is just a basic cover that the publisher had to put together for me because we were having some real bad issues with adjusting the size to the paperback cover that my cover artist had already done, which was a complete bummer because I really adored the cover that she had made. So it was kind of saddening that it just didn't pan out. You know, things were getting cut off, and when they weren't supposed to be getting cut off, and you know, things were not going in their proper places. So, and plus, you know, we were having some issues with sizing adjustments because this is a 5x8, while the previous books have been 6x9s. As you can see, this is a glossy cover instead of my usual matte. I figured I would go with the glossy this time. But yeah, so this is the cover that the publisher pretty much had to put together, and you know, I'm still quite bummed that it is not the cover that my cover artist had put together in the first place for this, but I figured I would still leave her name listed in the you know, in the interior, because she did, after all, design the ebook cover for the book. So I figured I would just, you know, leave her name in there. But yeah, so this is basically what it looks like. I showed you what chapter 1 looked like. Just, you know, just a sneak peek. I don't know if I mentioned there is 150 pages in all to the book, and I would like to point out, when you have finished the book, you will stumble upon this little tidbit of information. It's the newest installment of the Seasons of Love series, arriving November 1st, 2017. And what I did was I went ahead and I just gave you a small portion of the blurb to the next book. And it says, when Henry becomes bored with his life, a trip to Switzerland could quite possibly be the cure he needs. Brimming with festive goodness, lighthearted activities, and joyful interaction, this romance is sure to cure your winter blues. So I figured I would just leave a little, you know, leave a little hint to the next book. And then obviously this is the, you know, the last page. I always like to leave a blank page at the end of my books for reasons, specifically if I'm going to be doing some author meet and greets or book signings. I have a page to sign on that has no content on it. So, which I actually do have a meet and greet that I'm going to be going to on the 19th of this month at my local library. So, so yeah, I'm pretty excited. My first novel. Just to give you an idea of how thick the book is. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus. There we go. So that's, you know, how thick the book is. I am pretty excited about this book. I did decide on the colors for the book. I wanted the book to be very reminiscent of autumn colors. So I chose oranges and, you know, buttery yellows and browns to go with the theme of the book overall. So, so if you haven't already guessed, the next book I'm going to be working on is definitely going to be a winter book. The title hasn't been revealed. Really nothing else has been revealed about the book. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. It was a very hectic very hectic ride for me with this book. There's just been so many setbacks with this book. I should have been finished with this book a lot sooner than what it was. That would be my phone. I should have been finished with this book a lot sooner than what I originally was, because I did suffer a real bad accident and I had to be rushed to the hospital. And it kind of delayed me in my work. So yeah, and if anyone's wondering what my ringtone is, it's Vic's Superhero, because I'm heavily into K-pop. My whole family's into K-pop. But yeah, so this is pretty much the look. I'll just do a quick flip through. I do realize that the page numbers are missing in the book. That is another thing that my publisher is working on. For some reason, every single time they do the formatting for the book, for some reason the page numbers are continually missing, even when the page numbers are specifically put in the content file itself. So that is another thing that is being worked on. So if you are not at all bothered by missing page numbers and that slight typo at the beginning, then yeah, I'll leave the link for the purchase. It is available in both ebook and paperback. So yeah, On That Autumn Day, Seasons of Love series by Kimberly Grell. That would be me. So I'm going to get going now and see who exactly that was that called me. Bye-bye.